Hello everybody, MSJM. Welcome to Craft to Exile 2. If you didn't see, I did an episode 0 on this to explain most of the stuff I had learned in my first 12 or 13 hours-ish of playing. I checked the time played after the last one and it was nowhere close to the 20 I thought it was, but yeah, about 12, 13 hours, got a good grip on how to play the game, got through the main quests of Act 1, but I didn't do all of the side quests there. A couple of things I did fail to mention in that episode 0. We just want to clean this up at the beginning of this one here. There is keep inventory on death, which is active all of the time, so there is no running after your corpse, which is somewhat welcome because at some points there you can just kind of rush into battle and not have to worry about it going back to get your stuff after you die. And then the other thing I failed to mention is if you're a user of Curse Forge and the app, in the mod pack itself has a little bit of information as well as that progression chart that I was talking about. This is where it was lifted from to get put on the Discord, which I came across randomly when I was on there. But yeah, definitely check out their Discord. There's seems to be pretty active right now, at any rate. But all of the basic stupid questions, which you can get just by reading the quests, and then there are some more in-depth questions, which aren't maybe not so um, exactly intuitive when you're playing through in the pack, especially if you're not a big ARPG player. I'm not a big one, but I have played most ARPGs out there, um, at least a few hours here and there. So let's play. And if you want to play along or are curious, that's what you can enter for the seed for the world gen for my world. And while this generates, I'll put it on a quick pause and we'll come back and do that. Yeah, I'm doing this first episode for sure, definitely as a like a gameplay, or not a gameplay one, not as a live stream, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that we really don't need to record. Just doing all of the basic vanilla stuff like getting trees, looking for a place to live, that kind of stuff, basic resource gathering, nothing super special, right? So we'll come back when my machine is done humming away over here. All right, we've spawned in here in a village, and I'm in a village, but I'm way up on this hill, which is funny. Interesting generation here. Kind of big. I've got a river I can traverse, but it doesn't really seem to be too productive going anywhere. So I guess the first things first, let's just find a place with a bed where I can shack myself up in and be able to give myself some breathing space so that I can read through all of the quests, holding H to bring up this radial menu, and the quests are accessible through there. I will stress this again. Read all of this stuff. I'm just going to flip through it because I've read this a few multiple times already. But yeah, read this, read it again if you're not sure. But it'll tell you about all of the basic stuff, and I covered a lot of it in the episode 0. And I'm also purposely not claiming some of the rewards, like these potions and such. I will grab them later if I feel I need them, but I don't need to clog up my inventory here right at the beginning of the game. So grabbing a weapon, I'm going to get a bow because I'm going to try playing a ranged character. but it's going to be more of a spellcaster than a ranged character, but we'll see at the end. So this quest here is going to teach you about gear stat souls. So you take a vanilla weapon that lacks a soul and you apply a soul to it. So you just pick it up with left click it onto the weapon, and now we've got a cruel royal skein instead of just that basic knife that we had before. I'm going to put my backpack on, and I'm going to put my wallet in the curio slot that it belongs in, and then I'm going to throw these coins on the ground. And see how these did not go into my wallet automatically? You do have to put like the first coin into your wallet manually. I don't know if it's the first one or if it's the first one of each type. That I don't know about. So back to these quests and just flipping through these. The main thing that all of these quests are going to be giving you is experience. This will give you your first few levels of experience so that you can actually pick your class and start in with your talents. So from the radio menu, the top one here is Mine and Slash Hub. It's also accessible with G as a hotkey by default. So I'm going to go in here. My first class is going to be the Archer, or what do they call it? Hunter, I guess. And I'm going to focus on these trap skills: Fire Trap, Frost Trap, and Death Trap. So ultimately, when we get to the Nether and beyond, I'll be focusing on the Death Trap. But initially, we're going to work with these first couple here, and maybe pick up one of these side ones just to have an extra skill to use when we're in trouble. Couple of notable things here. So the Fire Trap, this one has a cooldown. So every 2 seconds I can throw one of these fire traps. However, the other two have charges. So the most I can throw out up to 3 frost traps at a time. And each trap takes 6 ticks to regenerate. So 6 ticks times 3 is about 18, so every second I can throw about 3 frost traps. So that's just to note there. The one thing I don't know about that is, does that charge regen, is that considered a cooldown? Because in the talents menu here, we look at all of the trap stuff. Oh, and it won't even let me see it right now. Until I've picked one. Unfortunate. So I think I want to start from the dagger here, because there is trap stuff along here, and the trap wheel, the big one at the end, is this one here. So you could start at the bow here as well. I think there's some trap stuff down this way here, but I'm going to start with this one. This will give me a balance of intelligence and dexterity, rather than having the bow, which will be mostly dexterity. So we can see here I've got 3, 10, plus the big wheel over here for 6 more, so 16 nodes available over there, whereas if I had started from the bow, I've got to come all the way out here and back down into the interior section to be able to get these, so that's kind of why I decided to go that way. So now I have a choice. I can go with these total damage and elemental damage ones, but this elemental damage isn't really going to help me when I get to my death trap. So it might be worth coming around this way. This costs 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to there, and this costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll cost me 1 extra skill point and then a dead node as well when I finally get my death trap. And unless I'm doing elemental damage another way, I think the better way is just to go around the outer way here and pick up these intelligence nodes. Or I could go, instead of going over here, I could grab these two instead and get dodge and shield. Let's go this way. Right, now I'm going to go to my skills. I am going to... Oh, I never actually picked my skill, did I? Do I want to craft arrows or have an arrow barrage? I think I'm just going to go all in on the trap here to start. So there my trap, and that's on F, and I'm actually going to change that for now as well. Oops, I don't want that. I want this and this. Then if you go to category and you just type MMO, so these spell things are in the key.mmorpg category. So I'm going to have that one there for now. Just have it as a mouse button instead of a regular button. Right, back to these quests. Now we've got to kill that zombie that I got the summon egg for, and I'm going to do it just right inside this house. No reason to not do it right in here. Oops. So we can see now, even those were copper coins, because I had the iron coins in there, they went into my wallet automatically. Quests. The next one's just going to tell me about support quests. So I've got a fire trap, so probably burn chance off the start is going to be a good one here. And alright, so firing arrows doesn't take any energy, so that's the only thing I wanted to test there. So the choice for my augment is going to be a mana regen. And I'm not going to pick up that class reset potion just yet. And so I'm, just going to grab all of this stuff here. I think I'm going to go with the leather. So I got 25% defense. I got more defense, mana and health, and +1 gear defense. So not bad overall on the items that I got there. Back to my skills. I should not be able to use that just yet because I need to level the skill more off the start, but I can put my mana regen augment in there as well. And give it a few seconds, and then the 25 augment reservation will come out and we'll be on our way there. Same thing with the skeleton. Heart container. And yay, we're into the game now. We're going to get some warp scrolls, which I don't need to pick up just yet. I'm not going to pick up these just yet either, because I don't want to put them onto my gear, and then I'm going to take the totem because that's the one that's for basically the dodge stuff, right? Alright, now that we've gone through all of that, I can start grabbing some stuff from these chests now. So I'm only going to grab the things that are kind of useful. These profession materials, may as well, I guess. And we'll go through and I'll clean out the village. So to speak. I'm only really interested in potatoes and carrots as crops right now because those give us the best return on our farming skill. Oh, I will take shears and I will take gray wool. Black wool. Couple of vanilla boots there. Oh, I can use this heart container to give myself no extra hit points. I was at 156 before I clicked it, and I stayed at 156 after. I'll take a compass for sure. One gold nugget. Probably pass on that for now. Wow, look at this. We got the Kremlin across from us here. I've not seen that structure in my other world. A ring stat soul. I'll take a bed too. Alright, I'm going to continue looting the village, and I'll come back if we find anything super special that's noteworthy. Alright, nothing super notable. It was quite a sizable village, actually. And I guess the main notable thing is that there wasn't a single waystone in this village. So normally I would suggest choosing one of the houses in the village, and then you'd have a waystone to be able to make your way back to here quickly and easily before you actually have to go and find one. But this one didn't have one, so I guess that is what it is. I grabbed one vein mine of stone. Got a ton of the resources from Mine and Slash, so that was a thing, I guess. Like 22 uncommons, plus that's going to be a whole bunch of extra there. Insane. I guess what I could do here now is make myself the axe so that I can chop down some trees while I'm on my way around. I wanted to head in this direction. It's looking pretty daunting, but thankfully I found the best exploration tool that there is in the game. So it should not be too hard to be able to traverse this. All crying aside. I got a real good amount of the runes, which is interesting. Like the Ida, Nos, Dos, Moss. Staff gear stat soul, which I don't think does anything. Same with the ring, because I think all of the rings and all of the staffs that I would find would already have the stats on them, so I'm not sure that those are useful at all. But I'll hold on to it for now. Yeah, I wanted to head this way down towards there, steering clear of that for now. I got a half a stack of logs now, so we should be good to go. I was kind of hoping being way up high like this we'd see lots of iron, but I'll need what do you call it? Stone pickaxe if I want to do that, and for that I'll need sticks. It didn't fall down. Unfortunate. There we go. 6 in that. Not too bad. So yeah, the main things I'm on the lookout for in my initial exploration here is going to be string and leather so that we can get the backpacks made up. I stressed the importance of those in the epilogue, or in the prologue, not epilogue. And it would be nice to be able to get a couple of iron backpacks as well, as well as the mine and slash backpack. Some more iron there. Yeah, I'll continue doing Minecraft things and bring you back a little bit later. Mutant Creeper. Extra scary. Super scary, spooky. Keep skirting around this great big thing, which I'm looking forward to investigating, but not right now. But in that up high there, I got a little over half a stack of iron, so fairly decently set in that regard. Now it looks like we've got some jungle over here. Mangrove swamp. Okay. Alright, I'll carry on Minecrafting. I'm just crossing this water here and saw this interesting structure, so thought I'd pop up and have a look. Got some of Alex's mobs there. What do we get here? Not sure. Oh, Nature's Aura. Okay. Just one of the mods in here that I don't know a lot about, but there's a little bit of a quest line for it, so we'll look into it at some point. Underground Bastion map. Do I even want that clogging up my inventory? Oh, if I wanted mangrove wood, I guess I know where I could get some for building. Doesn't look like a witch hut. Does and it doesn't. We go to this map and we hold tab. Yeah, cat and a witch. So it is a witch hut. If you're ever wondering how to see what the mobs are, you can also change it in the settings if you really want that kind of functionality. I actually don't want to head back towards the desert. I'm going to go the ocean route, I think. Copper I don't need right now. We'll need it at some point, but not while I'm stretched on my inventory space. This is rice, if I ever wanted it. And just a trick if you don't know, some packs disable this kind of cheat mode, but you can x-ray under the water if you put your camera on the exact correct angle. But this way I can boat around and be on the lookout. That's a dangerous little enemy over there. Oh, those are super dangerous. Skeleton looking... they're called scalawags. They look like sailfish or marlin or what have you. Only the skeleton version. They are not fun at all, even when you are prepared for them. What do you have, sir? Burn chance. Oh wait, I've gained levels. In my class, I should be able to get this up to level 4, so I now have a support slot available. And I could pick one of these passives over here, but I don't want either of them because this skill does not have a projectile tag, so this would do nothing for me unless I picked one of these other ones, which I'm not going to do just yet because this was one-shotting all of the enemies that I've found so far, so... String is good. And zombie flesh I do want. Because let's throw that in there for now. Zombie flesh actually smelts straight down into leather. So essentially I've already almost got 2 backpacks worth of leather just from killing zombies. I'll swim down to it, but I don't know what's going to spawn. There should be a spawner down there. Apparently not. Oh, there's a stupid pufferfish or stingray or jellyfish or whatever those things are called. I'm not going to worry about it. Am I going the right way? I guess so. Not too worried about it, but I think I'll wrap up this episode here. Nothing much to see along here. I will traverse around and see if I can't find a village with a waystone so that I can have a place that I could call a home for temporary until I find my own waystone. Oh, Jesus. That is a... it's fairly dangerous. There's a bunch of drowns down there with tridents. By a bunch, I think there's 3 or 4, maybe 5. But that's way too many drowns with tridents that I'm prepared to deal with at this moment. Yeah. So we'll wrap this episode up here. I appreciate you all for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed our first little foray into there. If you've got any tips or tricks, let us know down in the comments, as I'm still learning a lot of this stuff myself. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I appreciate you all. We will see you in the next one.